chimps in the tea ads. And of all her awards, the one that means most to her was when she had a rose named after her. Ladies and gentlemen, the fragrant Penelope Keith. Is that the colour of the rose that is named after you?
No, it's not. I'm gold.
Oh, that's nice.
Penelope Keith, and a sturdy little grower.
Oh. This, of course, is not our first time, is it?
No, it's not. That's why I kissed you. But I always think it's sort of interesting, isn't it, when people come on to these sort of shows and they kiss everybody. It's partly to steady the nerves, ladies and gentlemen, but it's also because I haven't seen you for, well, I've seen you recently, but hours and hours and hours. But the first time we worked together was in 1977, I think, when I did Ask Aspel.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Yes.
And do you remember what clip did we show on that of you?
The one that people most enjoyed watching was when, it was from The Good Life, when I was playing Margot, and I fell over in the mud. They love that.
They do, don't they?
Yes, they love it.
You're involved with an Irishman at the moment, aren't you?
Yes, I am, very much so, yes.
Tell us about him.
The great Oscar Wilde, a play called The Importance of Being Earnest. And I'm playing Lady Bracknell. It's a great part. I have to try and get the music that most people know about it out of my ears. It's been on the film of a great film they made with Damien Evans playing Lady Bracknell. So I'm trying not to listen to that in my ears, although everyone says to me, how are you going to say a handbag?
Yeah, that's a handbag, isn't it? That line is.
And how are you going to say it?
I haven't decided yet, Michael. I really haven't. No.
Yes. Well, it's still as fresh as ever as the play, isn't it?
It's a wonderful, but there's always a very good reason why things go on and on and on. It's usually because they're good, and there's a very good reason why everyone knows about the handbag scene, because it's a brilliantly written scene. Yes, it is. We did a read-through on Monday, and people still laugh spontaneously. We're lucky enough to have Michael Dennison and Dulcie Gray in it, and Michael has played, he tells me, every male part in the play, and he now has his eye on Lady Bracknell, so I'm looking for any greased steps.
But of course, Lady Bracknell, apart from the fact that you have to surmount what you think is the great performance, the definitive one, whether or not it will soon cease to be, of course, but it's another bossy lady, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, she is. I wouldn't say another one, but she's a bossy lady, certainly, yes. I mean, she gets her own way. Very intelligent woman, that's interesting, isn't it? Because at a time when intelligence wasn't a much prized virtue among women. I mean, ladies then in society had to look pretty and arrange things rather well, and things mainly meant dinner parties. But she's quite bright, that one.
And in your latest television performance, you are a strong, independent woman.
Isn't it fascinating that one talks about these women who are intelligent, strong, bossy, independent? If they were men, they'd be frank and frightfully nice chaps, you know. Someone said to me, you're outspoken. I said, no, I tell the truth. Yeah. But if you do tell the truth as a woman, or if you do speak your mind, you're known as outspoken or bossy. Yes, Jean Price is certainly outspoken. As an MP, you have to be, don't you? Otherwise you wouldn't get elected. But she's a fascinating one. And it's very difficult for women in the House of Commons. There are only 44 of them, and there are 650 MPs. Women would get on much better if they were able to have wives, and that's a really good sexist remark. But because women do all the other jobs as well. This is the whole movement, and I sound like a politician now because I've been studying rather a lot of it, for regular hours in the House of Commons. You can't run a house and a family if you start your work at about 2:30 in the afternoon, well, certainly in the House, and maybe go on till 4 in the morning.
Well, it would appear the only people who actually go to the House of Parliament most of the time are the women. There's never... You look at all those benches, they're always empty. Where are they?
Yes, well, I want to know that too. I looked at rather a lot of clips, and there weren't many women there.
There's no men either. They're all asleep.
So the place is deserted, one way or the other?
It is,
yes. It won't do.
No.
Back to your works now. The Good Life and To the Manor Born are being shown again to very delighted audiences. Do you watch it?
I have done, yes, I have. I certainly watched The Good Life. I watched them both, yes. I can now look at them fairly dispassionately. I couldn't when I just done them, but having just seen No Job for a Lady on Monday, I kept thinking of all the things I probably should have done, the commissions and the omissions. But with Good Life and Manor Born, they're far enough away now for me to be able to see that they really were quite good, yes.
And there were huge audiences in those days.
Yes. Well, Manor Born, I think it was the last episode of the first series, played to 28 million people, which is a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot.
Yes. I remember the day the figures came out for that. I was walking up in London, going into the broadcasting house, and I kept thinking, what is 28 million? I couldn't, I can conceive of a theatre with how many people there are there. Even that's a bit stunning sometimes. But 28 million, I reckon, was almost every other person.
Playing the formidable characters that you sometimes do, I mean, or rather people see her, perhaps, them, as formidable, do they then, are they afraid of you when they meet you?
No, not at all, because I have that, like Dave, we're part of the small breed or happy breed of people who actually make people laugh. So I have a great bonus with that, so they're not frightened of the women that I play. They recognize that they can laugh along with them or at them. I do have, I slightly find it difficult in as much as if I go to parties or I'm occasionally asked to open things that they expect me to be funny. And I say, no, I'm not actually a comedian. I'm an actor who interprets the words. I mean, I have these wonderful lines of Wilde. I mean, if I could think of just one of them throughout my life, I'd be awfully happy. But I'm not actually funny per se.
And you have the same problem. People expect you to be funny, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, but that's part and parcel of it. But they always hit you at the wrong time. I mean, the people do strange things. I was urinating in a public urinal, and there's a man standing beside me. And you've come across it, obviously. People peg you, and you know that they recognize you, and you think, what is he going to say? What is it, Christ? And you go, Dave Allen, aren't you? Yeah. And you go, yes. Yeah. I mean, you're standing there with your dick in your hand. What can you do? And you go, I've seen your shows. And this fellow stood there, and he said, could I have your autograph? I'm sitting here. Right, excuse me. So he took out the pencil and paper, and he said, could I have it? And I said, yes, hold this. What, you didn't like it? Wasn't amused.
I just remain in your pews, if you would, for a moment, because we're having a break, and after that, Tom Jones. Welcome back. Welcome back and welcome home from the parched deserts of Nevada to the lovely soggy atmosphere of Britain, the boy from Pontypridd, Tom Jones.